you also have fitness businesses, like you mentioned, that you
Yeah,
have gyms,
I have
etc.
gyms, yeah.
Right? So there's this whole, entertainment world, then there is the entrepreneurship world. How are these different and how are you balancing everything?
They're very different. And I think the gyms are now on auto run. It's not like I really need to do anything on a daily basis. But like you, I had totally forgotten when you had asked me that how does the love for fitness. I think it just kept increasing when I started my first gym. Like I said, I only can do something that I really love. And that's when I started my first gym just as a way ki chalo dekhte hain how does it work. That's when I started reading more stuff, because when you're hiring people, you need to know if they know their job.
Yeah.
And they're they're very different, but the gyms don't really require too much of me now, because they've been there since 2015.
Fantastic.
And the new entrepreneurship that I'm doing right now is actually a sustainable brand, which is called Nubu, which is reusable diapers,
Oh, wow.
which we've just launched in March. Now, I'm not a mother. I had no idea about the kind of business that this is. But when these two girls came to me, and I'm a co-founder on it, like they came to me 2 years back, and with not 2 years, but a year and a half back, and I loved the thought, because when I saw the facts and figures, we talk about global warming, we talk about the planet not being friendly after a few years. And the largest waste that comes from is diapers and sanitary napkins.
Correct.
And there are more diapers because there are more kids being born every second. We are a growing population. And you won't believe each kid uses 6,000 diapers in its lifetime.
Yeah.
And you need only 15 of Nubus. So that math was very interesting for me. I think because I'm a maths graduate, that maths was, I was like, wow, from 6,000 diapers to 15, you can really contribute to saving the landfill.
And the beauty of being sustainable is the fact that it saves your pocket as well.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
It saves your pocket. It's better for the child because there's no plastic. We use cotton and bamboo and, things like that. And just imagine, like diapers, each diaper, the normal diaper, takes 500 years to decompose. Maybe not completely even
There's
then.
so much plastic in it, unnecessary.
So much plastic. So that means wherever the first diaper in the world was made, it still exists somewhere.
Love that concept.
Yeah.
The first baby poo is still somewhere.
Yeah, it's still somewhere because it takes 500 years and we don't realize it. So I felt that was great, and the change begins from smallest, and smallest are the babies. So let's do this.
Lovely.
So
sustainable diapers, going into sustainable sanitary pads as well.
We will see, because we've just launched in March.
Technology is similar.
Technology is similar. So we want to first grow this because there's just innumerous possibilities with even kids products. So let's see. It's just too soon to speak about
and
that.
When you get into business, right, everything's so different from being an actor, right? You need business models, you need people to guide you on it. How did you create that ecosystem?
I think just by having the right people around you, and knowing that hire people who know their job, and I may be good at the marketing part of it, but then there are people who know how to curate the product. So I should not be giving an advice on something that I don't know. I think that's very important. It's important to listen. It's important to have and believe in your team and your people. There's also something called Starring You that I'd launched about a year and a half back. And Starring You is like Backstage in the West. Are you aware of Backstage?
No, tell me.
So Starring You is an app. It's a platform that is like a LinkedIn for the entertainment industry.
Oh, okay.
So I felt that through my journey, there is no structure of getting into the industry. When you want to apply for a job in a multinational, you go on LinkedIn, you see job opportunities, you apply. But there is nothing for entertainment industry where if someone wants to be a writer or a hairstylist or a makeup artist or a director, you have to struggle.
Yeah.
You have to try to find contacts. So we made this app where we have right now about 20,000 people, which are all creative people, and then tied up with a couple of directors and casting agencies. So if they are looking for specific talents, then they can look at that pool. you know. So it's like a LinkedIn it's called Starring You. Creating an aim to create like a step towards an easier journey, which I didn't have.
Correct.
Even though I loved it. But, you know, just to have a structure.
Yeah. Because also, we only see the stars.
Yeah.
We don't see what happens backstage and
nobody talks
hundreds
about
of people
it.
that are there doing things there.
And you should talk about it. There are hundreds of people. There are, on a set, there is a light man without whom film cannot be made. There's a sound recordist. You know, there are lyricists. There are singers, dancers. There are just so many people. So imagine having that pool of people makes it so much more simpler for a casting director to say, hey, I'm looking for a Northeastern dancer. So you go and you check the profiles, and so that's what Starring You is.
So so you can find in that specific manner as well.
Yes. So there are areas, there are zones, and then there are professions, and then you can filter. It may or may not work for you, but at least there is a pool.
Correct. Fascinating. Entrepreneurship, entertainment, fitness, everything. What does your daily schedule look like?
Daily schedule keeps changing, yeah. It keeps changing if you're shooting.
But like if you had to sit down and actually write down this is my ideal schedule and this is what I would want to do through the day, what would it end up looking? Ideally. And and then there'll be only piece difference through the...
No, so I'll tell you, when you're shooting, it always depends on your shoot schedules. If you're shooting 12 hours, you have no time for anything else. Which is how it is. So at that point, you wake up at 5:30, depending on shoot time. I finish my workout before shoot. I have to do it. Otherwise, I'm a very...
You're a morning workout person.
Yeah, 100%. And first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
And I have to work out before I go. Otherwise, I'm very grumpy.
What are your pre-workout habits?
Ghee coffee. So I wake up, I have like 2 glasses of warm water and then a teaspoon of ghee in my black coffee. And that's my pre-workout. Sometimes if I've finished early dinner, then I have a date or some nuts or something, depends on what I'm training.
Do you have a music or song to psych you up or anything like that you have to follow in?
I'm psych. I psych people out. I'm a psych.
I psych people out.
I psych people out like that. So really, like sometimes it's
okay,
like
we have to train one day, huh?
Let's come. We'll go and train together. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
So so then I finish my workout and then go to shoot. And when ideally what I would love is that the shoot finishes by 6 o'clock.
Right.
You know,
But
and
that's
then
not going to happen.
That used to happen in the South.
Oh, really?
They have a call sheet of 9 to 6.
My God, that's so much better than...
That is amazing. 9 o'clock you start shooting, which means 7:30 you're on set, you get ready. Which means you can work out 5:30 to 6:30, reach the set, wrap your shoot at 6, and you have the evening 3-4 hours to get back to who you are.
Correct.
And which is why I think a lot of my discipline remains, and a lot of my me time that I started understanding, or spending time with friends, or creating that disconnect as a habit happened from there, because my conditioning happened there. And I remember when I was shooting for my first film here, not first, like Ayari, when I was shooting for, I remember asking Sid, I was like, pack up kyun nahi ho raha hai? He said, what do you mean? I said, 9 baj gaye. So he said, yeah, but scene khatam hoga na. So I said, oh, so it's like dependent on, have we finished today's job? It's not man hours that you work on. So, and it's generally a 9 to 9 shift here, but they come at 9.
Right.
So actually you're putting the same amount of hours because you'll only start rolling by 11. But I feel I'm more productive in the first half of the day.
Correct.
After 6 o'clock, like your melatonin goes up, mine also, like I'm like, okay, now it's chill time. So ideally I would want to shoot, wrap by 6, have an early dinner, watch something, chill with my friends, do something fun for that 2 hours to disconnect. 10:30 ideally.
10:30.
11 I should knock out. And so that's when I
But
can wake up at 5.
Or then you don't do a Netflix binge or something
No,
like
I can't
that?
watch at night.
Huh.
I can't watch at night. I have to watch in the day. I have no attention span after 10 o'clock.
But Netflix, you don't need attention span, no?
No, I still need.
Huh.
It's consuming me, na. I don't want to be consumed after that. The only thing I can do after 10 o'clock is chill.
I love this point. I'm going to make a podcast on this. I'm stealing it.
Yeah.
Netflix is consuming me. I'm not consuming Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like there is, and also I'm a very strong believer of not being on your phone or watching something right before bed, because it affects your sleep pattern.
Right.
And sleep is very important. I don't want to
Affected.
I don't keep my TV in my bedroom. I've never kept it.
Dim lights, all of those things that.
Yeah. I mean, dim lights, matlab, it's full blackout when I sleep, but I just don't watch. There's no TV in my bedroom, and there never will be.
On set, there's so much of waiting that happens, right?
Right.
What do you do in that time?
Have fun.
So you're not like you're not making business plans. You're not doing
no.
Excel sheets. You're not.
No. So I have a team for that. I don't do all that myself. I only come in at when you're stuck at a certain point, when you're or you want advice, and then my dad is a huge help when it comes to that. So first it goes there, and then it comes to me. So it's not my primary business. It is my it is something I do, but that's something only when there's an SOS I come in, or when there's advice on marketing, or this is how I think you should do, or sell the product. But in between, see, if it's a very difficult scene, if it's something that consumes you, then you're with the scene. But if it's a chill day, then that's when I watch a lot of Netflix. That's when I have my iPad with me and I keep
Just
watching.
Keep watching at that point.
Yeah, because then you can sort of just spend time, or I read.
Yeah.
So you can read at that point. Yeah.
All my friends tell me what should I watch next only when they're shooting, because that's when they've seen most of the stuff.
Yeah, because there's wait timing, and I have no problem with waiting. So
waiting is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I've given you those 12 hours. You want me to wait or shoot? It's on you.
Love it.
Yeah.
Last question. What are some of the habits that you're currently working on, aspiring to create? What are the things that you are focusing on?
I want to reduce. I don't want to create any more habit. I think the problem is that I'm so much of a timetable that it's sometimes a problem when people around you are not. For me.
Right.
I do not like if time is wasted. I do not like if somebody has said 8 o'clock and then they're dilly-dallying and uska 10 baj gaya. It creates uneasiness in me, not anger, uneasiness. I want to calm that down. So I don't want to create another habit. In fact, I keep a schedule for holidays also. So I want to just learn how to have a lazy day. Maybe I want to learn how to have a lazy day.
I think that's a fantastic one, right? How to switch off and have a lazy day.
I switch off. But just when you know that you have not gotten out of your bed, unplanned day. I cannot have an unplanned day. कि जिंदगी चल रही है, मुझे चलानी है. It cannot. Life is not happening to you. You make life happen.
You always feel like you're missing something, right?
No, it's not FOMO. Again, there is so
much
not to
FOMO
do.
And like missing. FOMO is when other people are doing something that you're missing.
Yeah.
Out. Like I should be doing something. Abhi kya karu? It's restlessness.
No, because it's not restlessness also. It's because there's so much to do in life. So I'm coming from a place not saying that I don't know what to, like I'm restless. It's not that I'm restless. It's just that I want to do so much. And there is only that much time.
Right.
I want to, like I said, like I love playing golf. Now golf takes 4-5 hours. So on a free day, then I'm like, acha, if I'm not shooting, let me go at 5 a.m. and play golf. So then I'm done by 10. And then I can do my other things. There's so much to read. There's so much. So I in my head, I don't have to write it down or plan it. In my head, I just know ki, acha, tomorrow if I'm not shooting, I'm going to do this at this time and this, because I want to optimize it. And I think that comes from the desire of being better, because you never know it all.
Correct.
And I think it just comes from that desire of being better, not being restless.
It's a lovely quest. Improvement.
Yeah.
Like in fact, we were just discussing this for a theme for the podcast, which is now evolution.
Right.
Right. When we started off, we were talking about habits and stuff like this. But like you're saying, the idea is being better and better.
Yeah.
The quest is evolution.
Yes.
How is that evolution taking place in my life?
Correct. Now, when you have the habits, what more can I do with it? I already wake up early and I already put in the effort that's required for my well-being, and I already am putting certain hours to read. I also think it's very important to exercise your mental faculties and do that little bit of reading, 20 pages a day, or once in 2 days if you can, on whatever interests you. But the quest is to be a better version of yourself with every passing day, because life has unlimited opportunities.
Absolutely.
So only if you're open and able to receive and grow with them will you
That's
I
the
grow.
reason for life as it is.
Yeah.
Lovely. Rakul, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank you
podcast.
so
I had a
much.
blast talking to you.
Likewise.
IVM.